Hello, welcome to our February Shotsuki Hoyo. Our service will begin with bringing of kansho, followed by hyobyakumon from Reverend Mukojima, where he will read the names of the February Shotsuki honorees. Then we will have sutra chanting of Sanbutsuge, followed by the high school Dharma school class leading us in the reading of the Threefold Refuge. Then we'll have a Dharma message from Reverend Mukojima, and then we will close our service. Thank you for joining us today.
Today, on this occasion of the Mountain View Buddhist Temple's February Shotsuki Memorial Service, we come before the image of Amida Buddha to express our sincere respect for and gratitude to the Shotsuki honorees. As I read the Shotsuki names, please join me in silent meditation so that we may think deeply on their continuing influence on our lives. Bill Asada, Tom Fukuda, Hatsugoro Fukushima, Ben Bruich, Thomas Gish, Yusaku Haruki, Mabei Higa, Chio Higuchi, 富上門平本、千代子広畑、ジャネット広田、モーリン王女、修一堀、ヘンリー・イサム・星ジュニア、ヘンリー・秀夫星、フローラ・星田、松井出原、レバレン・有名井口、達彦池、フランシス・ゲナー、ジェームス・猪口、ジョージ・石丸、ケイ・石沢、次郎・岩田、和夫・加藤、ジャック・川本、千恵子・松本、フランク・松本、松太郎・松本、デイビッド・松尾、茂木村井、明子中川、春子中野、サリー中山、常子中山、二郎西本、常雄西村、エドワード奥村、君大久保、ジェーン奥村、フランク崎野、清沢村、前作宍戸、メリーそうめん、ロッニー富樫、ルーツ大和田、春尾山地、敏夫山地、ミュードレ山永、努山永、ケネット安田。Please put your hands together in gassho to show our deepest feelings of gratitude to these deceased family and friends who have brought us together today to encounter the Buddha Dharma. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Oh, yeah.
Please join me in Gassho. Difficult is it to receive life in human form, yet now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Dharma of the Buddha, yet now we are able to hear it.
If we do not cross over to the truth in this present life, in which life shall we cross over? Let us assemble together and sincerely take refuge in the three treasures of the truth.
I take refuge in the Buddha.
My sincere wish is that together with all sentient beings, we understand and experience the great path of enlightenment and to awaken the supreme Bodhi mind.
I take refuge in the Dharma.
My sincere wish is that together with all sentient beings, we deeply enter the storehouse of the Dharma and attain wisdom as deep as the ocean.
I take refuge in the Sangha.
My sincere wish is that together with all sentient beings, we live harmoniously as the great assembly of disciples of the Buddha, freed from all delusions.
The excellent, profound, and wondrous Dharma is rare to encounter even in many hundreds and thousands of kalpas.
Now we are able to see and hear it, feel and accept it. Let us thoroughly understand the true and real essence of the Tathagata's teachings. Namo Midabutsu, Namo Midabutsu, Namo Midabutsu.
People and notion of beings in an evil age of 5 defilements should entrust yourselves to the Tathagata's words of truth. Namandabats, 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 namandabats. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our online February Shotsuki Memorial Service. I hope all of you have been doing well. We all know California has a serious water shortage because of its severe ongoing drought. Fortunately, we had rain for several days recently, but it is still not nearly enough to solve our problem. How much water do we use even in one day? When we take showers, cook food, wash the dishes, flush the toilet, wash hands, brush teeth, we use lots of water each day, right? So we all have a responsibility to both treasure and conserve our precious water upon which all living beings depend. Imagine what would happen if there were no water on earth. Of course, if life depends on water, life cannot be sustained without it, right? About 3.5 billion years ago on this planet, the most primitive forms of life appeared. This likely occurred in the ocean shallows, where water, soil, and air influenced each other. At present, there are about 190 million known kinds of life on our planet. Due to countless causes and conditions, these many forms of life are constantly being born, evolving, and dying. Entire species of life have also ceased to exist. About 70% of the Earth's surface is ocean. Water evaporation arising from the ocean becomes clouds which carry rain or snow. This precious moisture is distributed across the land masses to grow the mountain forests,
become valley water in which fish thrive, create the streams which are home to insects, join large rivers, fertilizing agricultural fields, support human life, help industrial production, and finally flow into the ocean again. All living beings on this planet depend upon this great movement of water. The existence of many types of life helps purify the water and makes its circulation possible. This is all to say that all living beings are linked by our dependence on water to survive. This is the real state of nature in this world. I believe the ideal water with the 8 excellent qualities in the Pure Land arises from this. Have you ever heard of this water? Water with the 8 excellent qualities? One of the most important scriptures in Jodo Shinshu, the Amida Sutra, says that in Amida Buddha's Pure Land of utmost bliss, there are beautiful ponds, lakes, and rivers filled with water with the 8 excellent qualities. And this water is described as being pure, cool, sweet, soft, moistening, comforting, thirst quenching, and revitalizing. This is ideal water for all living beings. We know many countries have disturbed the water cycle by polluting its sources and destroying seashore and riverside habitat. These losses have killed countless beings and reduced or destroyed where they live. Pollution caused by both domestic runoff and industrial wastewater, as well as air pollution created automobiles and factories, and also deforestation have damaged and sometimes destroyed animal and plant species, and also badly affected human health. These are irreversible crimes against nature committed by humankind in our insatiable pursuit of immediate benefit. Shakyamuni Buddha has a name for those blinded by greed, hungry ghosts. He chastises us for our foolishness and selfishness. When we want something, we crave it, even if our desire injures others. When things don't turn out as we desire, we get furious and express our hatred. And we shamelessly deceive others to get our way. Such behavior shows how we are constantly confused by the 3 minds of greed, anger, and stupidity or ignorance, which we call the 3 poisons or gas. Gas creates the hell, which is the ultimate world of suffering. The world is filled with the suffering and the sadness of all the beings cruelly killed, as well as the suffering and the sadness of those who have killed others. This second group also dies in agony by the very poisons they themselves created. In Buddhism, we call this society the evil world with 5 defilements. Last Sunday, in his Dharma talk, our minister's assistant, John, talked about the last Dharma. Last Dharma refers to a degenerate age, which diminishes Buddhism and undermines morality. This world first happened after 1500 years after Shakyamuni Buddha's death, and will last 10,000 years. Unfortunately, we are now living in the last Dharma, and during this age, the world is full of 5 defilements. The first of these is the defiled age. Defiled age. This is a period of corruption where both social wrongs and the destruction of natural environment by famine, plague, pandemic, natural disasters, the war arise and continue to develop without ceasing. The second is the defiled views. This means the corruption of ideas and the thoughts by the spread of twisted thinking and the mistaken views by people who are so fixated on their own desires and the needs that they don't even consider any other views but their own. That is, we cannot see nor think about anything without the glasses of self-centered passions. We always make a value judgment that what is convenient for us is good, and whatever is inconvenient for us is bad. The third is the defiled blind passions. This is a way to describe the corruption of the human spirit. As I mentioned, people have gas or 3 poisons at the root of their ideas. They are completely confused, controlled by their own selfish concerns. Shakyamuni Buddha says to us, your whole body is burning. You are wrapped in flames of greed, anger, and ignorance. You have to put out these flames. These terrible flames are how we endure and abuse each other. The fourth is the defiled beings. This indicates the corruption of human nature, which loses sight of the fact that all things exist only by connecting and supporting each other. When we miss this undeniable truth, it makes us fall into selfishness and arrogance, and we lose the compassion and the emotion of human nature. And the fifth and the last is the defiled life. This means that the human lifespan gradually shortens because by corrupting the dignity of life, we are also reducing our precious lives. Unfortunately, we are now living in this terrible world of 5 defilements. On the other hand, as I mentioned, Shakyamuni Buddha says that in Amida Buddha's Pure Land, there are beautiful ponds, lakes, and rivers filled with water with the 8 excellent qualities. This water has measureless virtues, which produce and raise countless lives. Its virtues are more precious and superior than anything else. The forests and the vegetation nourished by this water grow many other living beings too. Therefore, all lives in the Pure Land are connected like a net made up of a series of knots which sustain, support, and illumine each other under the Amida Buddha's light of wisdom. When we are lit up by this precious light, we awaken to realize how our own foolishness and arrogance take countless lives that not only muddy the water, but also make us disappear from the earth as well. This means we must seek and learn more about the true teaching of the Pure Land created by Amida Buddha's vow so that we may sincerely receive the light of wisdom. Also, if we look closely at how we live each day, we cannot deny the world of 5 defilements pointed out to us by Shakyamuni Buddha. We cannot help but respect and follow the Buddha who saw through our selfish nature, human nature, over 2,500 years ago. That's amazing, isn't it? In the opening meditation, I shared with you a saying from our founder Shinranzo Shoshinge, which goes, people, an ocean of beings in an evil age of 5 defilements, should entrust yourselves to the Tathagata's words of truth. The reason why Shinran urges us to rely on Amida Buddha's vow is because Amida Buddha's vow leads us to the right way of living as good Buddhists with the light of wisdom, which, by the virtue of compassion, makes a beautiful lotus flower bloom in the mud of the 5 defilements. We shouldn't dismiss anything lightly as if saying, oh well, this is the world of 5 defilements. If we want to be positive, faced with our imperfect selves and our polluted world, it's more important for us not to forget our innate modesty and to practice service to others in order to live a truly full life. In order to make 2021 a bright and peaceful year together, I'd like to ask our Sangha members and the Dharma friends to join me in a fresh determination to do our best to practice the spirit of service in consideration of others. Let's also try to do our best to follow the Buddha's teaching, and in the light of the Nembutsu, reflect deeply upon our own shortcomings, so that at the very least, we don't make this troubled world with its 5 defilements any worse than it is. Okay? Again, thank you very much for your kind attention to my Dharma talk this morning. Please continue to stay safe and have a great day. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together in gassho. People, an ocean of beings in an evil age of 5 defilements, should entrust yourselves to the Tathagata's words of truth. Namanda butsu 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 namanda butsu.
Thank you, Sensei, for your Dharma message today. During your message, one of the things I couldn't help but think about was how the greed and arrogance of the Chiso Corporation of Japan created the Minamata disease that affected so many people at the early 1900s, all the way through the mid-1900s. In the early 70s, those of you who may not know right now what I'm referring to, the Minamata disease was very well documented by a photojournalist named W.E. Smith. And when Sensei talked about the beauty of the lotus coming out of the muddy waters, in a strange way, maybe I was thinking that the photos of Mr. Smith, while showing the tragedies of this terrible Minamata disease, also showed the beauty of how that community was together and supporting each other. And through all of that, it's a very strong reminder that, and evidence of very much the age of Mapo and the age of defilement that we currently are in. And also, Sensei, thank you for your closing where you encourage us all to take action. And I think it's one of the things that we often struggle with as Buddhists, and especially Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, how to respond to the defilement and the world around us currently. And so your words to us to take action and do the things we can to improve the world are very meaningful and very much helpful for those of us who struggle to kind of answer the question of what should a Buddhist do in these times. So again, thank you. It was a very wonderful, powerful Dharma message today. With that, we close our service for Shotsuki of the month of February. Thank you all for attending. We hope that you stay safe and stay healthy.